all the bikes are good, and all the choices that people want to make, that's good. Do I like the fact that we're all different? Oh yeah. Would I try and tell you that your bike choice is the wrong bike? No. Because for me, there is no wrong choice. And that's the good thing. There is no wrong choice. Everything is right. That was interesting. I saw a sign for Cushing, which is where we came in and picked this up in the first place. So let's go. So where was I? Oh yeah. Would I tell you that your choice of motorcycle is wrong? Would I also tell you that if you wanted to drive a car and only ride your bike during the summer, would I say that was wrong? Yes. A bike needs to be ridden. A bike needs to be exercised. You always need to hone your skills. You need to keep your skill levels up. And then that maximizes the whole of your enjoyment level, because you're never going to overbike yourself and then scare yourself. Now I'm going to go into cruise control and we're going to talk about Sam. Now Sam, 2017 model, so she's got the big dials with a small TFT and then a separated sat nav. For me, I love it. I love to be able to see the dials. I can see that perfectly. The move to TFT, yeah, I can see the reasons for it. TFT screens are clear, incisive, but can they give me all of this from the same screen? I don't always think so. I know that I'm in fourth gear. I know I'm doing 52 miles an hour. I know what my overall consumption is. I know what my average consumption is. I know how far I've got to go to how much I've got to go before I need to get fuel. So I've got trip counter with range. I can see that I'm clicking over at just under 3,500 revs. I can see that when I take my hand and hit the clutch, that the set sign disappeared. I can see that my bike is telling me it can read my helmet. Now the fact that I haven't turned Bluetooth on is a mystery, but what that's actually telling me is that in my pannier, my other helmet, which I use for passengers, I must have left it turned on. So I'm going to have to get around to taking that in and then recharging. So turn off the cruise control and then just manually cruise and enjoy the scenery, but enjoy the lovely sound that Sam's giving me. Now many bikes you'll feel vibration through the handlebars, vibration through the saddle. K1600, none. What you do feel is a total package that articulates the way your bike is working. Is that exciting? Yeah, it is actually. But what does it actually mean? It means the road feeling, I feel everything. Do I get a feedback from the road surface? Yeah. Does it mean that suspension is not working properly? No, it's not. What it actually means is that I can feel everything that keeps me safe, keeps me sound, and keeps me alive. So all the important things that you need to understand when you're riding a motorcycle, you can see, hear, feel, and know. When you have additional vibration, is that going to make it any better for you? Don't think so. Is it going to make it worse? For me, yes. My Kawasaki Ninja, I used to get tingle in my right hand. Actually, I used to get tingle in both hands, and that was the vibration through the bars. And was the vibration bad? No, not really. It wasn't bad, but I didn't need it. Could it have been changed? Yeah. I put a suspension damper in, and it handled and changed the way that the bike ran completely. So what am I moaning about? No. What I'm trying to explain is the K1600. It's already here. No suspension, no vibration, no additional expenditure. BMW thought of it all up front, put it all in up front. So as we can see, the roads are now starting to dry up a bit. So I'm going to go to here, go back to dynamic. So I'm now putting that onto dynamic. I then hit the mode here, which then goes to dynamic. So if I change that, I'm now dynamic. And that's now changed the suspension setup. So the road is now capable of giving more feedback through my hands. I can feel exactly what Sam's doing. The rain mode on Sam dampens the right foot. Well, not the right foot, sorry. It dampens the right hand. It means that I don't have the sudden surge that you get when you're coming out of a corner, because the rain mode dampens that response, so it slows you down a bit. So if I'm coming into a bend and I'm into second gear, so I'm coming into a roundabout, coming out of it, hard, strong and fast. When you got rain mode, it slows it down. It eases and makes the curve more gentle as you mount up the speed, which means there's less opportunity of getting into trouble. Being in trouble with a 360 kilo bike is never the best place to be. Would it make the ride more interesting? I don't know. It would make it sometimes a little bit scary, a little bit less predictable, and when you look at the 1600 and you ride the 1600, you can see it is totally predictable. So single-handedly, I don't have to worry about unpredictability. She's predictably good. And that also means predictably quick. And that also means the smile on my face gets bigger and bigger all the time. Into the back end of Ingolstadt. Now you probably if you followed the channel often enough and seen the majority of the videos, that have seemed to get better and better over time. I'm still improving, so there's a lot of room for improvement. I'm not as professional as the vloggers, but I'm not a vlogger. What I am is one man passionate about his motorcycle and dispelling the myth that the K1600 is not a bike for everybody and not a bike for all seasons and all terrains. Would I take Sam off-road? Hell no. Did I? Hell yeah. Did I get into trouble? Teeny bit. Did she get me out of it? Oh yeah. Would I do it again? Would I recommend a K1600 to everybody? The answer to that is no. K1600 is a bike that you have to think about. What you have to remember is she's big, she's heavy. If you're small and slight, you may struggle. You won't struggle when she's going, but it's the garage manners. You'll struggle when you're moving her around the garage. You'll struggle if she falls over. And she'll only fall over if you've done something stupid. Is she a bike for somebody like me? Yeah, I'm 6'2", 102 kilos, hands like claws. Is it fun? For me, hell yeah. Would I go for any other tourer at the moment? No. I can honestly say, hand on heart, there isn't a bike I would prefer over Sam. If I'd never ridden Sam, I would have gone for the R1250 RT, because it was a progression from Becky, being the R1100 to an R1250. Do I need to think about Another bike? For off-road, yeah, definitely. For touring, no. There isn't another bike on the planet that will tour the way that she does. In the comfort, the style, but also by putting the smile on your face, for me. Will she put a smile on everybody's face? Do you know? No, she won't. There are a lot of people who couldn't cope with the K1600. And that's for multiple reasons. One of them, low speed. At low speed, is she the best at manoeuvring? To be honest, it's not her. It won't be this K1600 that lets you down at low speed. It'll be your ability to ride at low speed. That is why the K1600 is not for everybody. But then again, I'd say that about any big bike. When you look at a lot of the motorcycle trainers, they don't teach you to ride fast. They teach you to ride slow, and they teach you to ride slow for a reason, and that is for you to become one with the bike that you're with. And it's all about slow, and riding slow is the only way you'll ever improve your skills. And then it opens up a whole range of different options for bikes. Did you want that big £900 Harley, but you're scared about dropping it? Learn to ride it slow, and then you'll never drop it. Did you want to ride a Honda Goldwing? I'll put in brackets, really? If you're listening to TMF, yep, the sofa. But seriously, learning to ride a bike, it's not hard. It's about dedication, and it's about thinking about it. But it's also being honest with yourself and going, do you know what? I can't handle a big bike. Now at the moment I'm 60 years old in a couple of weeks time. Is Sam getting too big for me? No, she's not. But I'm going to be sensible enough to know that if my health deteriorates, if my physique changes, how do you roundabout? Will I consider swapping bikes? Yeah. Will I ever stop riding motorcycles? No. Will I change the style of riding? At some point I'm going to have to. You get to the point where age, body, and everything takes over. But does it mean that you lose the enjoyment? No. Down in the New Forest there is a museum, and I really suggest you go and see it. And Sammy Miller, one of the greatest motorcycle icons the UK has ever produced. He's well into his 80s, and does he ride motorcycles still? Yeah, every day. Does he have fun? Every day. Has he lost his passion for motorcycles? Not one bit. Just because you get old doesn't mean you stop doing the things that you love. Does it change the way you do it? In many cases, yes. As you grow old, it brings many things with it. Illnesses, and yeah, you have to change sometimes the way you do things. Should it ever stop you doing the things you enjoy? Hell no. Hell will freeze over before I get off a motorcycle.